Hello everyone, my name is Devin and welcome to my high-tech studio. Thank you all in advance for giving this not ready for primetime pundit a chance. In this video, I'm going to be examining some of the various abortion positions of both Democrats and Republicans, then compare it to the actual conservative position to which I support. Take my word when I say neither side is going to be happy by the time I'm done. But let's discuss the left first, since it's quick and simple. The left as a whole take a laissez-faire approach to abortion, and in doing so concoct absurd arguments to justify their irrational position of no limitations. One such absurdity, they argue, is that a fetus until born is a parasite with no inherent right to life. The imagery that conjures. Could anything be more self-refuting? I don't think so, but the left tries, as does the right, who are a discombobulated mess on the issue. Let me explain. By now, everyone I'm sure is well aware of Oklahoma's extreme new abortion legislation, the one that declares life begins exactly when the egg is fertilized. This has some on the right doing cartwheels over, claiming it's a sign the country's back on track. But is it? While the authors and supporters of this extreme abortion bill may have the noblest intent, their ignorance of law makes them extremely dangerous to our liberty. There is no science to confirm their position, and until there is, it remains a matter of faith. Think about it, and don't just limit it to abortion. Do we really want our government using unsubstantiated opinions rather than facts to regulate and prosecute people? As a free man, I know I don't. To force someone to accept another person's opinions is the very definition of tyranny. So when does life begin? As a legal question, this has long been answered, but for some reason, we as a people, and naturally those we elect to represent us, have abandoned sound wisdom. James Wilson, who was a signer of our Declaration of Independence, a delegate to the Constitutional Convention of 1787, a professor of law at the University of Pennsylvania, and a justice on the First Supreme Court, said this in his essay titled, "Of the Natural Rights of the Individual." With consistency, beautiful and undeviating, human life, from its commencement to its close, is protected by the common law. In the contemplation of law, life begins when the infant is first able to stir in the womb. By the law, life is protected not only from immediate destruction, but from every degree of actual violence, and, in some cases, from every degree of danger. Before the Honorable James Wilson, there was Lord Coke, who was of a similar mind. For those who don't already know, Lord Coke is considered one of England's greatest jurors. Now, typically, a mother begins feeling the kick of the infant at 15 weeks. So that was a general rule when life began and abortions became illegal. Up until that point, abortions were performed at the individual's conscience and judged by God, not man. But praise be to modern science.
Science be praised! Praise science!
Science, damn you!
We now know a fetus's brain waves and heartbeat began at 5-6 weeks. Indisputable evidence of life, no? Well, if you answered no, then let's take a look at the continuing development of the fetus. Back in 2011, Heidi Zalz, an associate professor of psychology at Harvard Medical School and Children's Hospital in Boston, said, "A baby's senses begin to develop in a predictable order, and the first to come on board is touch. By 8 weeks of pregnancy, a fetus responds to touch around his lips and cheeks, and by 11 weeks, he has begun exploring his own body and his warm, dark nest with his mouth, hands, and feet. Ultrasound scans show babies touching their buttocks, holding onto their umbilical cord, turning and walking up and down the amniotic sac wall on the inside. They are not passively quiet in the womb." Hardly just a lump of cells, as we've been told by the pro-abortion crowd. The progressive left always likes to accuse the right of being science deniers, but who are the ones denying science here? The states which are instituting heartbeat laws at least got that part right in their legislation. Unfortunately, some are inserting other problematic parts, which are giving their opponents ammo to strike them down with. But that's a subject for another time. Interestingly enough, congressional Republicans have taken the opposite tack of the state Republicans. I'll cover that in part 2, which will be coming soon. Thank you for watching and look forward to hearing from you in the comments.